So here we're going to start off this video. We're going to start off this video with this song. I'm going to start off this video with this song.
Gorgeous of creation. I am playing the role like a movie of example. I am Mr. Happensambi's loving love. And love is a perfect word. All the angels of Venus Alpha living in the sun. Systems of the worlds of Urantia, L plus O, B plus C. 3, 6, 4, 5, 99. Jupiter 13 times heaven, ABC. Do you know it's 3 and 1, C and 3? Brought to you origins of creation. The Lord left to us the clues. All the trees, play darts, hockey, pool, all part of the divided house of Mars, Earth, living in the confines of the seventh day. On the fifth side, shapes our stories, our alphabet is a skeleton God gave for us. Who are these gods? They are you and me associated on the 7th day of rest. In the East Connect, where Pharaoh slayed the born to arise. Perhaps there is to bring balance to these rocks. The rabbit, the 7th month of the new year, as the heart is on the second side. A horse with no name, the 3 snakes, 666.
Okay. I need a little bit of sound in the background so I can hum to myself. Let me cross this off. Let me go over here. Let me go to Soma Radio, Suno, Somo. Listen. Groove Salad. Okay, got a little background noise. See if I find out where I was. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm the only one here or not because I have this open over here. Let me see this. Yeah, it shows that I'm on my own channel. I'm going to start this video anyways. And what I want to go over is the video I did 2 days ago, which came out blank. And then I have a lot of little pieces. Like usual, everything comes in small pieces. You do know that I've been relating Mars and Earth, the hockey, and just yesterday, for the first time in a long time, I found one of the pieces that also connect. So in the video the other day, and I'm going to try and look for the video. Just give me 1 second. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. Hold on a second. I need to play out my video, and at the same time, I'm going to let me see if I can start this video and hold the camera up to it. Okay, so I started the video, and I'm going to show you this video. I'm hoping we can keep the camera on it. Hold on a second. Where's the video? Okay, so we can't see what I'm saying over here, right? Okay, yes, we can see what I'm saying over here, so I'm going to stop it. So over here in this piece, as you can see, it shows, and nothing that comes from me. This is Chaldean, what it's saying, Pythagorean and Chaldean. In both Pythagorean, okay, it says the sun is 1, and in Chaldean, the sun is 1, right? And I don't even have to show you that, but I can give you the Let me see. I can give you the original piece here. Okay. So we have the sun, the moon, Jupiter, Jupiter. It seems like everything is the same, except when we get the number 7 here, it's K2. When we get to 8, it's Saturn. When we get to 9, it's Mars. Inside of here, we're all the same. Ketu is 7, Ketu is 7. But over here, when we add Pythagorean, we add Mars in the Pluto position. Jupiter is in the Earth position. Mercury and Jupiter, okay, the 1 is played inside the number 5. The 1 is also played inside number 3. Mercury plays a role in Jupiter, but we need to expand. So the smallest planet becomes the biggest. Now the reverse cube, right, of 5 and 6 is 1 and 2. So we have to know that in Mercury, Venus, 5 and 6 comes 1 and 2. So 3 and 11 fit together, right? We can see it over here. So what is so big? What is 7 Ketu? We end up with Mars in numeric value. The value of Mars is usually 6. But when we count in Pythagorean, right? When we count in Pythagorean, we're going to get M4. We're going to get A1 is 5. So we're going to get a new pen. Okay. Pelagus or Pegasus. So when we get this one over here, we get 4, 1, and then the R. The R gets into the 9th position, and the S gets into the 1st position. So we have 5, 14. So we have 15 for Mars in this one. It's the quarter house, right? If we were going to relate this to basketball, it would be 80%, or basketball would be 1.25%, right? Did I get that right? Do I have the calculator? 12 times 1.25. Yeah, it's 15. To understand how we bring the numbers, the metric system with the imperial system, IMP. So we have Mars over here in this position over here. Earth is not in here. Earth is part of the 333 Jupiter system, where Jupiter plays a role in Mercury. I'm not sure if that makes any sense to you. Anyways, Mars in this system over here, right? We're going to go with Mars like this. M-A-R-S. 1, 2, 3, 4. In Chaldean, where we're only connecting the heaven, Mars is A, B, C, D. In this reality, A, B, C, D, A, R, S, and M. And these are the rest of the numbers that go with Mars. So if we're talking about Mars in 666, we'd be talking all about Venus. How can we connect this together? We connect this together with UV, with VW, and WU. 23rd and 21st letter, 44 area space. The I, your life, is in the 22nd area, ape life. So I was just talking a little bit about this. So now we're going to get back to the video and see what else I was doing, just so I can, let me see this. Okay. So in this part of the video, you over to, I'm going to show you on here. Let me see if I got this right. Just give me a second. I'm blocked in my screen. So you can see that. What we're going to do is it's a little bit clearer over here, right? Roman numeral M, 1000. Roman numeral D, 500. Roman numeral C, 100. Roman numeral L, etc. Second part, we can also invert the Roman numerals to where I becomes 1000. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 basic Roman numerals. If we invert this, we would get M, okay? We're going to get M and do it in small over here. as 1,001. We're going to get D as 505. Okay, right? We're going to get X noted as 110, so the hours go down right over here. And then we're going to get the center one, X, which is going to total with, did we do that right? 1, 2, 3, X, 110. We're going to get L, which totals its own 50-50. The L becomes the separation. So now in Roman numerals, bringing it down to a Pythagorean single-digit relationship, 1,000 would be 1, 500 would be 5, 100, 1 plus 0 would be 1, L would be 5, and it'd only be 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5. It's ironic that 432 goes between 5 and 1, but in all actuality, are we going this way? Why do we eliminate? Look what happens when we go 10 to 5, we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and then 5. But when we bring it into the Pythagorean count, this gets eliminated, and they're all 2, 3, 4. So it becomes 195, 195, 195. And on the calculator, my 195 is doing this. On the telephone, it's doing this. So the telephone gets flipped over, right? Where we have 147 on the telephone, we flip that over, and that'll be 147 over here. You notice all these dots in the back, 1 area, 2 areas, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So there's 5 areas of 5 here. There's 25. Don't know what that means. Could be a clue to something, but we're going to leave it out for now. Right. So what I did now, okay, what is 19 plus 1? 19 plus 1, just give me a second. I want to see what I was, where I got this 19, 18. 1 and 19 is 26. And 18, 7, 12, 13, 18, and 19. I got these from somewhere. Sorry, I do not remember where it was. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I don't know where I was to get these numbers. 1, 6, 7, 19 is the letter S. 18 is the letter R. Why did I do this? 1 and 19. Just give me a second to figure this out. Oh, yes, binary code. What I did over here is if this was running in binary code, okay, it'd be 0. This area here would be 1, 2, 4, and this one would be 8 over here. This one would be 8. Then this one over here would be 1, 2, and this one would be 4. And this one would be 1, 2, and this one would be 4. So 1 times 8 is 8. This is the 8th number. 5 times the third position, which is 4. 5 times 4 equals to 20. And then the next position over here, the third position is 4, and it's 1 in the fourth position. So it becomes 4. Then 50, this is in the second position. There's a 5, binary code 0, 0, but I put a 5 in that position. So instead of it being 1, 2, the 1 value over here, there are no 1s, but there are 5 2s. It gives me these two, the sun and earth. Now, 5 times 4 equals to 20. 5 times 2 equals to 10. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check these out to see if I did them right. The first with the last, the second with the second to last, the third with the third last. Now, where did I get the 7 from? I'm trying to figure out where I got all these numbers. Irrelevant to the fact, it became 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 and 4 is 6. It becomes 2, 6, 2, 6, 2, 6 all the way around. When you look at 2, 6 from 1 and 5, it's just ironic that 2, 6 is the reverse of 1 and 5. So the math that I did here, I'm going to figure it out soon. Okay, the math that I did here, okay, reflective in these cubes over here. The other thing is when you do this, the 3, remember the 5 and 6 we just did before, connecting 5 and 6, 5 and 6, the 1 and 2 reverse that we just did becomes 7 and 7, or 77. And your 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. The 7th gate divides the house, the power at the gateway. Number 6, if you look at the deck of cards, right? If you look at the deck of cards, right? The 6 card, the 7 card, and the 8 card all start off with a number 6. Everything else is just 1 or 2 more in the separation between the two sides, between the 6th and the 7th gate. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals 7 and 8. 1 minus 7 will give you to that 6. So that's what your Roman numerals. So over here, you're getting 9 and 6 year rotation in the gateway. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 17 and 33 would be the numbers that would create this over here. So you're running at 432. That is your birth at the gateway. 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 24, multiplied and added equals to 9 equals to your 33. Your 432 is not just only 432, right? Because 4320, right? Remember, our base creation is 10. Our base creation is 8 and 2, 10, 6 and 4, 10, 7 and 3, 10, 9 and 1, 10. Those are your 10, 10, 10, your 40 days around number 5. Living on the cross. I'll show you this in a minute. So when you get that, what happens is 1440. There are 1440 minutes in a day. Times 3 days equals to 4,320. The Hebrews follow the moon, the moon, the moon. The Hebrews follow the moon, Queen and Mars. The Hebrews follow the moon. Now, if you go to your mirror, right, 1 times 1440 equals 5760, and this is the year 2000. The year 2000 and the year 5760 are the same. Moon in the honor of 76 at the gateway. All zeros will equal to 6. There is no 0. 0 is more or less like that. Down and up, right? Down and up, and maybe over, and then down and up. Living at the gateway between 0 and 0. Where was I going to go with this? Yes, I just wanted to see what this total is. When you total this up one more time, 0027, the 720 minutes that divide our day will show us the halfway point. What I'm trying to do here is we can't go anywhere until we take that second step. We have not gone anywhere. The first step just connects our first area space where we stand right now with the next area space where we're going to put our foot. So when we begin this, it goes A over to B, creating C. Now C goes back to B, and now C goes back to, does it go to D or does it go to E? B as a 2 value. So I'm just questioning that thought. But because we need A and B, I need B and C. And then I need B, C to the left is B, C to the right is D. Now, if I want to go A, C, E, that's something different because I can't go 2, 4, 6, 8. That's one side of numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is another set of numbers. It's a little mixy-uppy. I'm not sure if I know how to explain this. Anyways, further on into that video, I went and I talked about these numbers here. I reconstructed the numbers for each one of these. And the reason I did this, okay, and which is going to bring in a piece of art. Which is going to show me Jupiter. We're going to get 9, 6, and all these have to be changed again and again and again. And the reason I would change these again is according to the different numerological strategies I would use. But right here, I'm using the base strategy A1 and Z26. Mars gets 6, Earth gets 7. That's a third position, 7. Mercury gets 4. Venus gets 9. Jupiter gets 9. Uranus gets 4. Here's the 7th planet. Saturn gets 6. Here's the 6th planet. I need Neptune. Neptune gets 5. Pluto gets 3. So my reconstruction would be right here. This would be 20. This would be 21. This would be 9. This would be 12. 13. This would be 16. And this would be 20. And this would be 18, 23, 14, 16. 5, 5, 7, 2, 7, 3, 3, 2. So that would be the new construction. So now if I wanted to continue this construction, I would then go, I'm just trying to think, 4, 9, 7, 6, 9, 6. I would then add, the 4 would be 4, 13, 22, 31. The 9 would be 9, 18, 27, 36. The 6 would be 6, 15, 24, 33. The this area over here is going to be the same thing as this area over here. This area over here is going to be 5, 14, 23, 32. And this over here will be 3, 12, 21, and 30. And what I did here, I'll explain it to you now. What I actually did is the word Mercury, the total of the placement of the letters in the alphabet, M13, E5, R18, MER. ME, matter and energy, Mars and Earth, equals to 18, is what equals to the R. The AR, but in French it's the ER. The divided angel with A, location with the small a at the @ sign, or in French, the ER for electronic residence, because we're here and we're not here. Where are our memories? Where's our conscience? Well, we have to use the elements in the skeleton of creation that we've come to in this time, to the language that is the most, can I say the word construed, right? That we are actually speaking Chinese right now. I want to tell you why we're speaking Chinese right now is because all our letters are actually homes, they're skeletons. Every line is describing something else. I don't have all the answers for you right now, but I look at the letter A and I can see in the letter A, it's made up with both. I know the letter A. I know the letter A, right? Or the letter A is made up with both one part of a hexagon or what you can count as a 5-point star, or you can also say the A has been divided in the center. We're going to call this one Mars, but this one over here where the hexagon comes in, this one over here, we're going to call Earth. We're living in the confines of the divided gate. You ever see the A look like that? And then there's here one side of A and two sides of A. And then here's just a split A. Can we use this one together? Is there any way to use this one separate from that one in this house and in this house? The same time I like to do that, when I say we live at the confines of the seventh gate, if you take a look, we have a 7, we have a 1 or A and F, which the 1, because the A is divided, are we going to say 11? And we come up with that in blackjack. Blackjack is the game of 21. We stand on 17. First and second. When we have first and second, we also have to have fifth and sixth. They're the continuation. They're the opposite of first and second. And they also connect the reverse sides of the cube. We flip them over, and 1 plays with 5 and 2 plays with 6. Instead of doing that, we're on the same side, right? We have to flip it over, and then we get that. 6 and 8. at the 7th divided gate, right? If I do it the other way, the 5 is 2 and the 1 is 6. So we end up with that formation. Just give me 1 second here. Just one second. I have to just do some. Oop. Whoa, did I break that? No, I'm happy I didn't. What you doing, kitty? Okay, I thought I broke it. I didn't. On my camera, I just put my camera back. So now I'm going to explain to you what I did with the numbers. Does Pelagus have anything to do with Pegasus? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? When I look at that and I see a pelle, in French, that's a spade, right? I'm seeing balance in the word because the word seal or sail is in the word, and it's half a sail. The P tells me that it's half because, 6 is the half-life because there those 2 dots. I don't need those 2 dots, so I always refer to that as the half-life. Just give me a second. I'm trying to get away the. I'm going to look up what Pelagus is. It also sounds like a bird's name, like birds fly. Now Pegasus, and Pelagus. Is it because I made a mistake somewhere? Hold on a second. Okay, Pegasus. So only the L is added. And somehow I see a little Spanish in there, like salsa inside the word. So the change of that word is I think there's just a 12 difference. So that would make 100. The count in that word would be 100. So I'm going to have to reduce that, make it easier on myself. I'm going to do red. I have to start off the word with Pegasus is both 5775. So it's both male, female related, moon related, king and queen related, 2 sides of the street. Like, you know, when you have the 1 on this side of the street, but you have the 3 on the other side of the street. And then also there's different ways of counting that Robert Grant uses, that when we're doing the count of Fibonacci, we to a single digit, when you get to 8 and then 13 is 21, the next one you're just going to use the 1 on the scale. Instead of using both numbers, just like opposite sides of the street, if you see 201, it's not the 20 that's going to count. It's that 13579 only that's going to count, the 2468 only. They're not going to count any of the other numbers, whether the number came out odd or not. It's just going to, so River of God. So that would, I like that. If that's what it is, River of God, I like that. Pegasus, the other wing, the River of God. So the divided river, because the river connects, usually the river can connect the somewhere down in the valley between 2 mountains, even though there could be a plane across, unless 2 mountains, the mountain starts to go up, down, and then up again. But then that would be a crevice between the mountains, and all mountains for me look like cones. I like to look at mountains as cones. You look at a basic mountain as a cone and then another cone. If the 2 cones come together, their houses come together. And obviously, are mountains like this or mountains like this? Right? I'm just trying to say the mountain tops go like this, right? This is one mountain, this is one mountain. So when these 2 mountains come into the other, they become like this. In that instance, you're going to see this and this. The mountain to the left, the mountain sliding over to the right, they each come and line up with each other. I like to use Greek because Greek tells me it's the other side of the coin, because there's an expression with Greek, and it's the back side. It's always the back side. You know, take the Greek from the back side. So now if you're taking them from the back side, the question is it your front to their back? Or if it's two Greeks, you can have two backs together, right? And it's funny the way Greek, German, and Jewish all really fit together because J and G fit together mathematically. Another thing I wanted to speak about, not to forget, is I'm not even sure if I wrote this down. I'm looking for it. Okay, I'm just going to write it down now. Is that the J, the T, and the I, right? The JTI all have something in common, and it's this bar up here. Is there anything else in common? Yes. The H also has the bar, but it's down here. So does that mean my T starts down here, starting with my T, and my I? Is that the way my TI stand together? So do we have JIT standing over together? Does that mean I've closed in this area? So can I close in that area that one part of the alphabet will create letters in the other part of the alphabet? You ever see letters start off like this, like the B, right? Now, you see the way they don't close it? Almost like I spoke about the cone mountains, right? Here's the first mountain, and then the second mountain like starts off not over here. Does it start off over here? Right? Notice the way this is always further down there, like the two mountains can come into each other. Is this the U or is this the V coming into each other? Or should I be using this as the V and only using the U? Hold on a second. And only using the U when we have this separation. This would be a Mars separation, and this one would be an Earth separation. Mars 51, Earth 52. Now, if we were using it, like I said, I'm either going to use this side of the street or that side of the street. Although in this scenario, they seem as opposite side of streets. We're going to say Mars is 306. We're going to say Earth is 312. 70, what is that? 104, our communication. The reverse cube is also these numbers. Now that I dropped one on the floor, the reverse cube is also these numbers. Where you see 64, when you see this word, they're all equaling to 64, right? 64, 64, 64, 96 by 2, 3 times 64. 4 times what? 4 times 48. And I usually like to stop there because that's our vibration. We can bring our vibration full without any pluses or minuses. 6 times what? 6 times 32. Is there a 7? Is there an 8? 8 times 20. 8 times 24. No, that's 192 here. Right, equals 192, equals 192. But this one equals to 2 by 6, 12. This one over here, I made a mistake. I was going to 496. I'm not sure if I can do the 4 now. 48. All right, this one is 32. This one is 12. This one is 12. And this one is 32 for 192. 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23. We add these up. I'm going to add these up. 56, 104, 168, 264. It's a number that shows up often, and I think it's part of something to do. Everything has to do is connected to computers. Okay, every terminology in computers is used in places, and just remember this word and these letters, right? Your house of bait, 2772. It's the high house of bait. No debate, right? Okay, I'm just trying to see where I am in this. This is 1,000, take away 10. This is 990. It's talking about Jupiter, 13. Time, heaven, and space in a closed space. Remember this number 23. If I reverse this, right? This, the first with the last one, 10, 9, and 4 in the center. 10, 9, and 4. There's all kinds of configurations in here. In here, I also have 15, 10, 12. There's a separation here. Okay. Here I have 0.5. Here I have 0.6. And what this is I separate the whole thing is 6 and 9 is 15, 6 and 4 is 10, 4 and 8. So what I do after is I'll go 2 by 15 to bring it to my next level, right? This will be 30, and this one will be 48, and then this one will be 30, and then this one will be 48. It's ironic the way it works out, isn't it? It's just ironic. 15, 10, 12, 5, 6, 8 by 6, 48. So you can see the way this works out. Creation. This one will be ring, pole, etc. So what I wanted to do is get back to what I began in my last piece. I hope I didn't lose it here. I was talking about how I brought these numbers together, right? So what I did is the word Mercury is 103, 1 and 3 is 4. Venus is 81, 8 and 1 is 9. Earth is number 52, 5 and 2 is 7. Mars is number 51, 5 and 1 is 6. Jupiter is 99, 9 and 9 is 18. So it becomes first world and second world if you want to look at it that way. The also another way to look at this is if you're looking at, let's say you want to look at capital letters for Earth, right? But what if I write it capital and small letters? They use 26 letter big, 26 letter small for all the capitals. And what happens is we end up with, let's say the small letters go to 26, this would be 31. And then we would add the word to it, if you follow me. Using big letters, capital letters A through Z equals numbers 53. 53 equals numbers 27 over to 52. As A through small z, okay, would go from 1 over to 26. Now, there's a question about these letters is because the V, the C, the N, the O, these letters can all be drawn in one area box. Therefore, when we're creating this design, I can shove each one of these into here. Now, the question is, will it be V and everything else, or will all these come together? If they all came together or in combinations, that can be played from this house. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many combinations are in here. 1 letter, 2 letter, 3 letter, 4 letter, 5 letter, 6 letters, 7 letters. And how many houses do we need like this so we can run the gearing system between them? We need to run the gearing system. Now you see Mars, right? For me, this is the Mars system. And for me, this is the Earth system. Now you can question it. Why didn't I do it this way? Why don't I do it this way? Do I use the dollar sign this way? Do I do a dollar sign this way? Do I do a dollar sign this way? Or do I do a dollar sign this way? And note that when we're writing, they like to always show the 8 like this or the B like this, possibly for the 4 and 9 areas. I don't know. In here, if I needed to draw a line on an angle down, I'd be able to get a line down here, line down here, line down here, line down here. But here, I get one single line in the center, creating in this my 96. And just to note that in these sticks, what I can create inside of these sticks, the biggest number can be created is 9, and I'm only one stick out from completing my 8. So 9 is less than 8 according to this design. 9, I need 6 sticks. 8, I need 7 sticks. Mars for the 6, Earth for the 7. Earth becomes the heaven of your birth in Mars. That's what this one is telling me. To note that the 3rd and the 4th planet are inverted to each other, and with 5 is 4, and with 3 is 6. Why? The missing pieces in here, every single side is 9, as seen over here. So 14, 15, 16, 17, single digit count, full count. 14, 17, 28. Look, 7, 11 to start. 9, 7, 11. 14, 17, 28, and 7 is 35. The center of the cube is 3.5. The long count for 35 is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 180. 6, 10, 11, and 5, 16, 20, 23, 24, 25. Carry the 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm trying to figure out what I did here, what I didn't do here. There's something missing. How do I get 10? Did I do this right? 2, 5, 9, 15, 19, 25. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I did something wrong over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here I have to add on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's my mistake. That's my mistake. Everything. What am I adding on? I'm going to show you what I'm adding on. The Z is the 26th letter. 2 plus 6 equals to 8. The difference between 8 and 26 is 18. So that's 2 times 9. Here, the 24th letter and 6. That's an 18 difference. So I was going 18, 18, 18, 9. Birth. This is our 9 and 18. 9 is a 45-degree angle. Sorry, is a 90-degree angle. You just move the dice cube like that. 180 is you flip it over to the other side. So N, right, is number 9. C is 0. And V is 18. So now I can ask myself the question, if I don't want to use 0 at all, I'll put all numbers because it's the third number. There is no movement. There's no movement. Here, there's a movement. I descend by 9. Now, if I was to use this in percentages, can I raise the percentages? Because I have to start from somewhere. So should I use the first percentage as 90, move this one up to 180, and move this one over to 270? 27, 37, 45. And that's the numeric value for the sun. So this one would be, as I understand, it would be a little bit less. 36, 54, 72, it'd be 90. 90 and 35 equals 125. So how do I get 155? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 10, it's 25. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 125. Same thing. 125, or how about 512 base? When we're using up memory and stuff, we have to have full formation of memory. Where does memory start? Where does memory start? I don't know. I do know that this becomes this 8 times 4, 32, and 3, it becomes 512. So I do know at 8 we must start reflecting. 4 on one side, 4 on the other side, mirroring each other with 1 in the center, creating your base of what you need to bring in the two worlds, 512. And you notice 51 is with Mars, 52 the separation by the 1 of Mars, where the spirit comes into the house of bait. There's already a 1 inside of 5. The 1 is included in 1, 3, and 5 into the sun systems. 1, 3, and 5 on this corner over here. So the sun systems is on one corner. Perhaps leaving it up this way. That's our sun systems. The reason this is like this for Earth and Mars is because the numeric value of 1 for Mars, 1 split, and the numeric value for the double split of Earth. And in Earth, you can have Mars. See the square here? You have 4 of them here, 4 of them here, 4 of them here, and 4 of them here. The 88 sun systems. 88, 88, 88 sun systems. There was something else. I just want to take just a 2-minute break, relax my back. I want to see where maybe I'm going to go with this next. Just give me a second. The yin and the yang. And also, when you look at the yin and the yang, right? Now, are we using them together or apart? Because, you know, when you lock in, you have a trailer of a truck and you throw straps onto the other side. And when you turn the roll, you roll into the strap. The strap's coming back, but if it's tied up on the other side, it's just now going to hold the cargo down. Well, when you hold that up, you have one of these little pins like this. And it goes click, 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 and it doesn't let it turn back. So if you're turning back time, you're loosening the strap. You're taking it off. If you're tightening the strap, so those 2 clicks that you see with the yin and the yang, does it mean we're connected together from 2 different sides? Or are there 2 different sides? While one is tightening, the other is loosening. While one is loosening, the other is tightening. And we're running on 2 different rollers. That we can have 2 different straps. So I'm just asking that question because sometimes when we see artwork, we have to take that apart. Just like in this next piece, Nacera, Jacera, Neige for snow, Mona Lisa, and NASA. How can I have NASA fit with genocide? How can I have NASA fit with snow? How can I have NASA fit with white, cold, blue, and red? How can I have Mona Lisa fit with the genes of Abraham, Amram, and Ramses? Well, imagine Pharaoh slayed the firstborn. Pharaoh slaying the firstborn. Don't tell me that's not crazy. Tell me that's not crazy. Because if you want to go back to what a birth is, it's not the sperm and it's not the egg, but the egg is waiting for the sperm and they never meet. What does that mean? I didn't let them meet. There was a child I didn't let happen. Well, what's the difference? If I don't put gas in the car, it ain't going anyways. If I don't put the spirit into the soul and connect it up, it ain't going anyways. It's just the carcass That is life. But what does it mean, the living life, the living soul? Why do we divide all these words up when we should have it in one word? Is life a singular word with one part of the syllable? Is life only a one-syllable word? We have to understand a little bit deeper what it means, a syllable. So when SETEs, who set it into action, set means three, SETEs, building the cities, meaning three. And Pharaoh came in to divide and plow the land. They were farmers. I guess that's why we had animals and man come up to be born on the east. When the web on the seventh day, when they webbed us all together inside the divided the house of the seventh gate. And what I want to do is, before we get on to that, I'm going to give you something to ponder. Ramses is a condom. Condoms don't let you get pregnant. So if Ramses, if SETEs, when Ramses was born, they killed all the birth at the same time. So Moses and Ramses were brothers, almost born at the same time. And one was put into the river. So now if you want to talk about Pelagus or Pelasgus, okay, is maybe because Moses, who's also supposed to have a water name, is put into the river. Nile, denial. So Ramses, when Ramses came in, you couldn't have any children. The condom stopped everybody inside the house, right? Because the condominiums, right, are still in the same building. So they have condoms, condominiums. They kept all the fish out, right, from finding the beaver's house. Living in the water as the beaver, 5 cents into the E-world. Look at the American nickel. Look at the Canadian nickel. See that they both look like there's an inside and outside to that same flat surface. And then there's the beaver that does that for being outside under the dome. Under the dome, the beaver in the house, although he's under the dome in the house, he's on top of the water. So Ramses stopped these pregnancies. So the other thing I wanted to do was, I'm not sure if I have it here. Hold on a second. Let me see where I am. Wow. I lost myself. I have lost myself. Just give me a second here. Oh, wow. I'm right here. Okay, so let me put this up. Maybe you can listen to this. Well, what does it mean by the rivers of Babylon? I want to be able to play this if I could. Did I get that in there? Yeah, I want to be able to play that. Okay, so just give me a second. Let's see if this is it.
Gorgeous of creation. I am playing the role like a movie of example. I am Mr. Typham's image, loving love. And love is a perfect word. All the angels of Venus Alpha living in the sun. Systems of the worlds of Urantia, L plus O, B plus C. 3, 6, 4, 5, 99. Jupiter 13 times heaven, ABC. You know, it's 3 in 1 scenery. Brought to you, origins of creation. The Lord left to us the clues. All in threes, play darts, hockey, pool, all part of the divided house of Mars, Earth, living in confines of the seventh gate. On the fifth side, shapes our stories, our alphabet is the skeleton God gave for us. Who are these gods? They are you and me associated on the 7th day of rest. In the East Connect, where Pharaoh say the born to arise, perhaps Aries to bring balance in Libra. The rat at the 7th month of the new year, as the heart is on the second side. A horse with no name, the 3 snakes, 666.
So that's a little tune I wrote this morning using AI by Suno. And they didn't have, all those words are exactly the way I wrote them. They didn't do anything other than the voice in this. I have a few others I put together, but I think this actually tells the story a lot easier than I do. And what I noticed yesterday is that we seem to be living in an area between this world and not in both worlds. Our bodies, the carcass of who we are was reconstructed um, with a slight bit of changes, and I believe those changes has to do with 432 hertz having the capability to expand to the limits our nervous system by putting in 440, adding 4 more to the left and 4 more to the right. And the only thing we distort is possibly the light between the number of hours of day and the number of hours of night. And I'm not only talking sleeping hours, but connectivity. You're connected 24 hours, 7 days a week, and nothing is ever lost. Nothing is ever lost. What was that down here? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh, nice smile. So now let me get into what this is with Mona Lisa. You see, in the word Lisa is SA and NASA. And in the word limo, right, is Mo Na. Limo. NASA. Let me see if we can do this here. Limo. Lisa. Mona Lisa. NASA. Mona Lisa, the limo for Nassau, the carrier. Inside the word snow, the beginning of Nasera and Jasera. Right? Now, if we want to do Sarah, the only thing we're missing inside of here is the R. Inside of Mona Lisa, and did I say that right? Well, we have Nasera, Jasera. Here is our Sarah, right over here. Here is Sarah. And it's inside the last 3 parts of the Mona Lisa, which is inside of NASA. So I'm trying to figure out if we have this word here, which is, just hold on a second. Remember, we're working together, all of us, right? We're always doing this together. Even if I'm here alone, you're always with me, because just to have someone out there's a little encouragement. I know we can move the word. It only starts with 1. National Aeronautic Space Administration. Now, if I go to Nasera, Jasera, right, all I would end out with space. So Jasera, let me see if I can get this in. If it has anything to do with it, we would go aeronautic, space, aeronautic. Then we'd have GER. This tells me about the moon, the electric moon. And Nasera tells me about the crossing of the sun. Female. This is male. This is female. This is female, female. 55. So it tells me about the word pass and it tells me about the word sky, but I know it's the dividing sky. To create this, I'm going to take that. And this is going to equate to what is 6 and 7. To what is going to create to 13 and 42. When you add it, it becomes 55. When you subtract it, it becomes 29. We're born into that IT system. I'm going to have to show you where this shows up. IT system in alpha. I think it shows up. So let me see. Just want to show you something about minus. We're born on day 6. Therefore, each one of these days are before birth. -5 from the beginning. Begin on 6. Don't begin on 1. Well, I don't know where it went. Where it went to. I'm just now. I even forget what I was even talking about. Oh yes, where we brought up number 20. Right, it was right here. 1 and 28 is 29. 28 and 10 is 38. So our base, right? Our base over here is 29. 1 and 20. Sorry, 1 and 28 is 29. 10 and 19 is 29. That's our base IT system. And then our other base, our secondary base, is right over here, number 31. That 31 can be attained. Boy, I forget. Oh yes, 30. This one is 1441, and this is 3773. How in the world did I get that? 7 times 3, 21. 7 plus 3, 10. Total 31. This one over here, 1 times 4, 5. 1 plus 4, sorry, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. I shouldn't have done it this way. I shouldn't have done it that way. Sorry. Let me do it from the next level. And do 4554. 4 times 5, 20. 4 plus 5, 9. So now what we have is both 9 and 10 coming together and 20 and 21 coming together. We have 30 and 30 coming together. We have 29 and 31 coming together. Understanding this over here. 6 is missing. I know 41 is home. 41 is go. 19, 10, and 9. This is the mirror world of our 432 birth, which we can see that it's in between 5 and 1, the bookends of Mars. We're born in between the bookends of Mars. So what is this over here? Inside the game of roulette. Did I do this whole thing? Right. I went all the way up to here. What was I'm just trying to see where I was. Just give me a second. There's a mistake in here. This 1 second. 25, 34, 43. Why is this? Why did I go to 30? Hold on a second. Oh, yes, it's not. That's not what the, no, there's no mistake. Sorry. Home, angel, the cube, electric company, separation in rotation. This is going to be between the sun and the moon. These two will end up between the sun and the moon. Just let me connect what this is. 28 and 10 is 29. 11. Whoop. Oh boy.
2 and 29, 1, and then you get, whoop, how did I get green on that, right? Right, hold on a second, that wasn't good. So we had the 10, right? Then I'm just going to put it underneath, like over that, right? And then we're going to do that and that. Well, that messed up again, right? So then we're going to like go that and that, and then that and that, and then that and that, and that and that, and then that and that. So you can see that the numbers came out over here: 33, 35, 37, 39, and 41 over here. Now, what this is we count for 360 degrees, do we not? So we have to understand, and this is on the base level. This is before we have any of the numbers centered. Now, where are we going to center these numbers? We'll talk about that a little bit later. We count the alphabet here, 1 through 26. We start the second count of 36 numbers, 27 through 36. 1 through 26 equals to 351. ACE, ace, in the E world, male in the E world, 169. The reason for this, hold on, let me see what I'm explaining here. Here we're on the second side of the cube using this one. This one's in the house of bait. This one will equal to 351. When you add it up to here, when you add up from here to here, it'll be 63. It'll be 63 5 times. It'll equal to 315. Pretty funny, eh? Electric company. If I need to, okay, why? ACE, CAE, 9 and 9. That's what they spelled. ACE divides everything, right? The sun is another word because the SUN to a Pythagorean count is 1, 3, 5 over here. Now, that's base because in order to keep form from base, multiply it by 1 or 2 or 3 and 4 for the base world of your creation. When you get the 4, right, everything turns upside down. When you get to the next 4, everything turns back to the way it was. Then when you get to the next 4, everything turns upside down. Now the front side has played twice, to the back side is played once. You have your first formation. And you have to keep doing that until you get to a block of 4. And one of those reasons getting to the block of 4 is you have the preliminary round to the quarterfinals, to the semifinals, to the finals, and the cup. You have the 3 games of bowling, but when you go to professional bowling, you go with 4. You get 4 balls, you're on first base. You get another 4 balls, another one's on first base. You get another 4 balls, another one's on first base. You get 4 more balls, Sweet 16, one of the men come home. The bottom of the 9th, when you get to the bottom of the 9th, there are 51 outs. The visiting team has been out 27 times to your 24, so in the house of bait to the divided gate, 27 and 24. If the road team is losing and we come to the bottom of the 9th inning, the game is over. The number is 8.5, which reminds us of the word 2. 2 is going to connect me to the 2 worlds or to Venus. All the 2, 2, 2s and 2s, 2, 2, 2, leading me up to Venus in Neptune and Venus in Jupiter, Venus in Pluto, Venus on Earth, Venus in Mars. Venus in Mars twice, Venus in Jupiter and Saturn 3 times, Alpha in Jupiter once, Pluto gets it 4 times. There is no spirit in Neptune. The heavens have been divided with Pluto in Neptune. Now, all this information can be found online in a deck of cards, on a set of dice, on the roulette wheel. At the casino, you can be playing blackjack. We'll tell you one story where we stand on 17. We stand on Q 17. But we stand with you on 21, and the payout is 1.5 times the amount, or the numeric value for Mars, to where it also pays out that MAR, M-A-R, before the plural with the S, because an S at the end of a word usually speaks about plural. M-A-R equals to 32. And guess what? If I remember correctly, the 12th zodiac sign is the pig. 977, born into the power of Christ. Pig. Let's not eat the pigs, because we cannot forget about what we cannot eat, because everything else we can eat. Going to take a 1-minute break. I'm going to go warm up some tea in the kitchen. So if you want to just look at the ceiling or something, or listen to another one of my songs I wrote, let me see if I got anything else that's half decent in my library. Let me see what this one.
I must win, I can't give in, I'm a rebel queen. They call me Lily, I'm strict up front, no time for games. I do it my way, the only way. I don't know the truth, only what I believe. In a world of chaos, I hold on to my creed. I'm the boss, ain't got no patience. I close my eyes, block out the distractions. I'm a rebel heart, breaking all the rules. I fight to the end, never play the fool. I stand tall, never back down. I'm the one and only, doing my own crowd. I must win, I can't give in. I'm a rebel queen. They call me Lily. I'm strict up front, no time for games. I do it my way, the only way. I don't know the truth, only what I believe. In a world of chaos, I hold on to my creed. I'm the boss, ain't got no patience. I close my eyes, knock out the distractions. I'm a rebel heart, breaking all the rules. I fight till the end, never play the fool. I stand tall, never back down. I'm the one and only, doing my own crowd.
I'm going to play. So I wrote that song, and I'm going to play back the last one again. I want to wait till my hot water is hot. Oh, I'm just going to play back. In the confines of creation, to bring balance and Libra, the rabbit, the 7th month of the new year, as the heart is on the second side, a horse with no name. Okay, so we're gonna play this one first, okay? I'm gonna play this one first. Now that I have the other one. I am playing the role like a movie of example. Okay, let me start that over. Hold on. I am gorgeous of creation. I am playing the role like a movie of example. I am Mr. Hyphen's image, loving love. And love is a perfect word. All the angels of Venus Alpha living in the sun. Systems of the worlds of Urantia. Love is a perfect word. 3, 6, 4, 5, 99. Jupiter 13 times heaven, ABC. Do you know it's 3 and 1 C and we brought to you origins of creation. The Lord left to us the clues. All in threes, play darts, hockey, pool.
are part of the divided house of Marsburg, living in the confines of the seventh day. On the flip side, shapes our stories, our alphabet is a skeleton God gave for us. Who are these gods? They are you and me associated on the seventh day of rest. In the East Connect, where Pharaoh slaved the born to arise, perhaps Aries to bring balance in Libra. The rabbit, the seventh month of the new year, as the heart is on the second side. A horse with no name, the three snakes, 666.
Okay, now there's
I am structured within the confines of creation. To bring balance in Libra, the rabbit, the seventh month of the new year, as the heart is on the second side, a horse with no name, the three snakes, 666. I'm structured within the confines of creation, connecting the dots and dashes. Say I am
Morse code, the source of Morse, under one roof.
On day 6, animals came to be, and man, seventh day to the east, angels speak.
Well, anyways, I guess we're going to stop it at that. Okay, so now I'm back. The water's hot, and I'm going to come back over here. I know I played a lot of that. Sorry. We're going to get back and continue on what I was talking about. Okay, how is everybody? So I was talking now about these numbers over here. So what I actually did is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all the way up to 36 for 36 numbers. But I put 4 per box because there's only 4 in a house. It's crazy. There's 4 in the house because we mirror at the 4th one. There are 10 in a section. There's always 10 because until we start 1 over again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Now, what's crazy about this is when I count from 8 over to the 10th one, which would be 80. Just 1 second. I'm trying to remember what it is. Yes, when we're counting, I go 1 through 10 is 9 numbers. So here's my 9 numbers, but there's actually 10. And then how many numbers are over here? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. See, because it's the 9 and the 0. And here it's the 9 and the 8. So when I count from here to here, there's 10 numbers, but I only get to say my 9 and my 8 once because 0, okay, has now been inflicted to become a number. So where 2 gets repeated at 0 in this section, it's hard to understand. I hope it's not. So what I do when I add these together, okay, it equals to 58, 62, 66, 70, 74, 78, 82, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to restructure these so we can see them a little different, right?
So I'm going to take the first box, 58. Then I'm going to take the second box, the third box, the fourth box. Jesus, energy, cross, time. Is time over here? You know what's funny? Because Uranus, time is 47. 2 times 47 is 94. These two numbers work together. I'm going to explain it. 57, 75. 78 is your gateway in Saturn. Sorry, this. I shouldn't have marked this one over here. There's two stories going on. The numeric value for Uranus is 94, but the number in that box, okay, is 82, which would bring my cycle to the moon. It just makes sense. Half of this, 47 by 2. Now half of this is 37 by 2. So 2 times 47 equals to 94. And 2 times 37 equals to 74. It's how these numbers come into each other. We have to understand our differences of 10 as well. Earth and Mars to the power of Christ. Earth and Mars, third and fourth planet. So here is 86 and here is 90. So here we go 159, 58, 74, 90, 58, 74, 90, 258, 258. Here is the key structure. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Remember, each one of these, this one over here is a corner. So if we take it at a corner, we have 3 colors. Does that mean I need to go 3 times that amount? 2 times this amount, 3 times this amount. 3 colors, 3 colors, 2 colors. So we have to understand 1 for 1 color, 1 color. So this will remain 58. This will remain 58. And the 9 are all 9. So we're not going to talk about that right now. So let's just continue on. 4, 5, and 6, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 5, and 8, 2, 5, and 8, 2, 5, and 8. 62, 74, 86. You notice number 74, Jesus is in all of these. Energy is in every single one of these. So when you add them up, they equal to 222, 222. They're all 222s. So when I create that, this line over here, 58, 74, 90, 222, 70, 74, 78, 222. 70, 74, 78, 58, 74, 90, 62, 74, 86, all 222s. This will equal to 666. This star equals to 666. The difference between these two stars is this line goes this way, right? 1, 5, and 9 to this star going this way is 3, 5, and 7. In our spirit of creation, we cross over at the roads. And this one is 666. And then this one over here, the difference between these two is this one different with this one. Okay. The difference between this one here and this one here is we have this line here that we don't have here, right? And we have this line here that we don't have there. Now, what is that difference? Well, the difference is, I'm just trying to look, 2, 5, and 8, is that 8, 2, 5, right? 6 and 2 is 8. 7 and 4 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 8 and 6 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. Now, what's ironic is what's here on this angle, 1, 5, and 9, is 5 and 8 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Where 7 and 4 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. And 9 plus 0 is 9. So in the second one here, it becomes 8, 2, 5. 8, 2, 5, 2, 8, 2, 5. But in this one over here, it becomes 1, 5, and 9. 1, 5, and 9. It becomes 4, 2, 9. 8 and 5 equals to 13. Let me do that better. So right away, we're talking about 58, right? Or 13. 74, 60 seconds and 14 seconds. This is before and this is after the 60 mark. We have to take that into account. We're not going to do that in this equation or hypothesis theory. The truth of the math is what I'll tell you one thing. The truth is in the math. It absolutely is. The math tells the story of the numbers, and then we have to understand where we can put this, and that can be part of what is the truth. The difference between this one and this one, right, is also this line over here. It's not here. It's not here. Now, what's the difference between this one and this one? Is in this one, okay, it's got all four of them. This one has all four. Why? There's something I don't like about this one here. Let me just rewrite what this is. How many lines I got? Okay, I got 3 lines here. Okay, I got 3 lines here. That's fine. So I have the 4, 5, and 6 line that I have over here that I have over here. So I have the 4, 5, and 6 line in each of them. 4, 5, and 6, 4, 5, and 6, 4, 5, and 6. In this one, I do not have the 1, 5, and 9 over here. So I don't have the 4, 2, 9 over here. Could be the birth, 9 parts, 24 hours a day. The gateway between 6 and 8. This one over here, I'm just going to go back to this one. What's the difference between these two? We don't have 3, 5, and 7. So here's the 3, 5, and 7. And 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 4, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. And 82 becomes 1. We don't have the ABC in the 3, 5, and 7, or ABC creation, right? This one equals to 6, 9, and 11. 11 and 4 is 15, equals to 6. And then 8, 2, and 5 equals to 15. 1 and 5 equals to what is 6. So that's these 3 formations and what their differences is. Between here and here, I don't have the 3, 5, and 7. Here, I do not have this one, this one, this one, the 8, 2, and 5. So this is 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Then we're going to go on to this one over here. So if you notice, I have 2, 5, and 8 in this one. See the X plus 2, 5, and 8? And this one I have the X with 4, 5, and 6. The Federation versus the sheep. This is where the sheep is because the letters are BEH. And this one is 666. This one over here is the final formation of the star because it's all 8. These are all hexagon 6s, while this one's an octagon 8, where everything passes through this area. Now we have 2 questions. I have a question. Is it going to be 8 as so? Or can we get 8 as so? Because I can do this and this. Now my question is, right? My question would come to be, since I'm making the straight lines, what would I be now doing? Living in the confines, divided up in 4 areas. Over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In this one, I have 12. In this one, I have 8. I have 4 by 2, 8. I have 6 by 2, 12. Is this where the Stargate comes in? Now, if I shift this and put it over here, I will end up with, just give me 1 second. Oh boy. This is the dividing line. I have to move it up here. My question, if I put this outside the box, should I go outside the box? Over here. And then the other side of the box is over here. And then if we look at this box, I'm just trying to see if we can look at this box. And then the other side of this box would be and now we've shifted it from this side to this side, and we can shift it back by doing the same thing over here and now shifting it back onto this side and creating the double star over here. And all these, right, X's, which are 10 Roman numerals, that when you put the hourglass together, the 10 turns into an 8, the same way as the 8 octagon, when you have 2 8 octagons, turns actually into a 7, in which we can turn it into 2 6s over here, making it smaller, making it, instead of the octagon 8, we can have the hexagon. So what is 6 and 6, 12 is actually 5 and 5. And also, if you want to complete it, it's going to end up to be completed like this, because we're using a single formation separation. Perhaps 2 rings are coming together, if you can get my drifts. So what happens here is this one is 888. 159, 357, 456. At the same time, when you look at your calculator for these stars, it's 15, 15, 15, 15. So what you're actually having in each one of the stars is you're having 3 by 15 equals to 45. And 3 by 15 equals to 45. Whoop, I didn't make that nice. And then 3 by 15 equals to 45. And then 3 by 15 equals to 45. So we have 3 times 45 is 135. The ace, the sun, the combination of the alphabet I just showed you versus 360 degrees, 351 and 315. And you add all the way to 36, it's ironic the way it comes out this way. And that the vowels equal to 51, and they're also connected to Mars, 51. There's also another 51 we're going to get into in a minute. So what happens next is I have to do the base creation. We get 1998, then we add one more 666. We end up with this number. We add this number here. We end up with this number here. On Earth, in the Skygate. I like to call this Electric Company. This is also 35. I'm trying to remember where I created 35. I don't remember where 35 comes out. 8 equals to 40 and 13, 53. 35 is, oh yes, 55 in the Skygate, 25 and 10. 35, 53 comes out over here. What happens over here is what I did is I flipped it over. I end up with this. I flip it over again. I end up with this, which is 33, if I get it right, by 47. Can I just see this? Yes, that's right. So we're talking about that time over there. I don't remember. That's 3:50. And the hour of this in the day is 3:51, 231 minutes. A, B, C coming together, our creation in alpha. Beta in the cube, 2 with the 3, 1, or 1 with the 3, 2, or 2, 3. We have to play them each in their own world, right? And in combinations and all together. 31 tells me about 37, tells me about the cube. 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. And then it goes back to 37. Anytime there's a 0 involved, okay, we're going to add 6. It's hard to explain. Oh, 1 and 5 is 6. 9 rotates with 6. We are born as the 9 birth. We get put into life 6. We run at the 7th gate. We have to understand. We run at the 7th gate into the heavens of 8. 4 and 4, a reflective world with the one heart, the one spirit that brings the two of them together. This ends up to become 6 and 2. The reverse side of what is Mars 1 and 5 is going to be 6, right? And then 5 would be 2. See 1, 2 over here. So what happens is because we mirror everything, we have to do it this way, right? So this becomes the second one. When we mirror this, we end up with this, and then we end up with all 6s connecting. We do know that when we have our 6th house, right, we also have to take a look and see how it fits together. 8, 2, 5, 3, 2, 1, 4, 2, 9. 8 and 5, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 11, 15. The total, 36. Now, if we do a little bit more math, it'll tell us a different story. It becomes 666 all in itself. The same story is here. We do 1, 5, 9. We're going to do 13, 11, and 9. And now, should I add these up to see what the reduced value? This is the single value. And now I'm going to do a reversed value. Sorry, not the reverse, the total before I reduce it to the complete value. 6 and 2 is 8. 7 and 4 is 11. 8 and 6 is 14. 14, 25, 33. So 2, 5, and 8 on the cross equals to 33. Here, it becomes 12 and 11 and 10. 33. Here, it becomes 13 and 11 and 9 equals to 33. Now we're going to go to this one over here. The only one missing on this here is 4, 5, and 6, which will be 7 and 11 and 15. 15, 11, and 7 equals to 8, 7, and 11 is 18 and 15, 33. So as you can see, it's all 33. So our star system is telling us about our rotation between the yin and the yang. So that's basically this part. We live in the sun system. Now we have 3 45s equals to 135. We add one more 45 equals 180 degrees. Resh. We live in the sun system. Again, our rotation of the stars. So that's that basic point on that page. What I did on this page here is all I'm doing is trying to see formation of 26 letters in the alphabet. So every one of these equations are going to separate my alphabet. There's 26. Between 38 and 63, there's 26 numbers. We go from 38 to 50, right? From 38 to 50 is how many? 38 plus is, okay, 50 to 38, we go 12 and 12, right? And the 50 is the 13th, and the 51 is the 13th. Or this is the 13th, and this is the 13th. You know, if you're playing football and you're at the 50-yard line, you would use it like this, right? But at the same time, you would have to do this. And you'd have to use that 50-yard line twice. But you cannot use the 50-yard line twice. 12 numbers, right? 12 numbers all the way to here, plus counting this. 12 numbers plus counting this. You count the center line twice. You can't do it. Can you do it if you're counting for the 55-yard line? 53 and 53. No, you cannot. So we have to eliminate possibly this 50-yard line and reduce ourselves to 37 and 37. And then stop when you get the 49 on this side and 49 on this side. I don't like the way I just messed this whole thing up here, right? The only way to get the 13 is to do it this way. 12 numbers plus this number here. Forget about this number. If I would go from 1 over to 13, right? What happens in between is there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 numbers in between and then 1 and 1 numbers to connect. It's not the number of what it is, but how many numbers there are. So anyways, these are different numbers. And when you get to 100, I can't go to 104. I'm only going to count the 4. 100 becomes 1. 99, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we end, right, we're ending on 4. So do you notice we get 1004, our communication, our reverse cube of 2 is 5. So 2 5s is 10. 2 2s is 4. 5 and 5 is 10. 2 and 2 is 4. 6, right? 6 and 4 is 10. to where 1 and 3 is 4. And we have the 10 formation when we count. When we count all numbers, we have a 10 formation between 9 and 18. We used every single number, and the center number is the 0 between the two sides. So it's almost like we count like that. Where else? So we're going to take this. Let me see where else I have to go. We did the star system. Now I'm going to back this up just a little bit. Yes, it's the Passover holidays right now. It's the Passover holidays, and we sing a song called "Die, Die, Enu, Die, Die, Enu, Die, Die, Enu, Die, Enu, I love you." Enu, annul, ask, or cancel. We have one mouth, but we have a divided moon behind us. Cancel, Luna. The moon of Earth is Luna, Anu, Luna, without the L, just like in Pegasus, and Di for Deimos, for one of the moons of Mars. So it's a direct connection between Earth moon and the Deimos of the Mars moon. When we sing Di Di Enu. The other thing about love is it's connected to Earth and Mars and the moon that's associated together. Another thing I was going to mention, and I mentioned a little bit earlier, I was talking about Nicera, Jacera, and snow, because the way snow is created, the I is the only separation between the GE, which is the moon, and the NE, which is the sun. And the reason for that, it's the IT system, because N is the 14th letter. And when you continue that 14 up, it becomes 54, and then it becomes 29. It becomes the IT system. Okay, means to hold. I don't know how you mean to hold. The N is number 14, creates 9, creates the birth. We're born into the sun. GE is number 7 and 5. Again, electric and moon coming together. NE is 5 and 5 for sky pass, and that sky pass is in the divided sun. I also talked about Gene, which is Nicera, Jacera. We talked about Pharaoh and Ramses, the killing of the firstborn. You know, Killington also means by the river. Something like that in Dutch. Ramses is what's going to stop that firstborn before even having the Exodus. Inside the word Genesis, ending with 515, telling us about connecting with Mars. Right. And coming from Amram, the serpent entity, Amram, Mars, AM, from A through M. Is it talking about the first world? What is it saying through AC, through alternate current, the AM, from AM to RAM? I want to just show you what that is. Amram, I forget who it was. Was it Jacob or Isaac or Joshua who was born from Amram? So they're talking about Mars over here, right? And number 32, before the Christ, born before the Christ. They're telling us in all of this that we're born before the Christ. ETTE in the house of Bait, life comes to the angel heaven. AH 1 through 8, right over here, the heavens of the one spirit. Goshen, when you say Goshen, it's blue, it's boy, it's to the left, because Goshen French, not spelled this way, means left. When you have left, you also have blue. When you have blue, you have cold. When you have blue, you have Republican. When you have blue, you have boys. Half or having. Mount Sinai, again, connected. Ne means born into AI. 52 for Earth, 51 for Mars. The letter S, the letter 1. So we have all these words, and Ramses smited the firstborn. 21%, 77%. Our blood, our electrics, our atoms, they explode. The water in us with the air, it explodes within inside of us. Born on the sixth day, leaving all these days to a minus, meaning day 2 of creation is between day 6 and day 7. Our day 1 is the day of the sun of creation into what is day 2, Monday. Sunday, Monday come together. The invert of these days becomes 6 and 5, which becomes 1 and 2, 3, your 4th and 5th day again, back into the sun. 4 and 5 represent the sun. So we started here day 6, and by day 29, it was Friday again. I just want to see what else I might have left out. We did the Roman numerals. We did that. Yes, so Nasera, Jacera, inside of this element over here. I didn't even know I left. Yes, this is the last part I want to do. I said Mars comes out of hockey. Well, puck is 51. And stick is what you hit the puck with. You hit the puck with the stick. Now, if I would say skate, you can direct with a skate, but you cannot put it in the net with the skate. 25 and 30 is 56. I like to go 55 and 1. Somehow I like to leave out and put 1 and 2 differently from everything else because that's your base creation. So 55 and 1 or 54 and 2. This one over here would be my 2, my 1 and my 2. But skate is also 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 equals 56, 11. I'm just counting it to a single digit. I like to, when I come into the mirror world, whatever doesn't fit, I'm going to add 1 or 2 in your base creation, add 1 or 2. And then in your mirror creation, it'll be 1 and 2 and 3. Like if you can take any number and divide it by 4, right? Like let's take let's take 23, right? And how many 4s to create 23? It equals to 5 times 4. So you have 5 times 4 equals to 20 plus 3. So you're going to use this one. If I said 22, right, you're going to have 5 times 4 plus 2. If I said 21, it'd be 5 times 4 plus 1. And that's in the mirror world. You get ABC to add on. If I was perfect, it'd be 5 by 4 equals to 20. And then I'd be between the two worlds, T minus counting. TV5GE, coming through the moon to a planet near you. Anyways, I think I got most of this out. They saw the sun set behind a mountain, 13 moons. Yes, there is one planet that has 13 moons. So maybe we can work into that. Sinai. And also to note that 13 by 4 equals to the 52, the big and the small letters of the alphabet. Twice 52 is 104. It's our communication. Understanding also what 10 is. It takes 10 numbers from, you might start off 1 through 9, but after that, it's 10 through 18, and then it's 19 through 28. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Well, that's only 9. So do I go 9 through 18? 9 through 18 is not a 10 formation. But in this scenario, 10 through 18, do I count it? I'm just trying to understand which way I should go with this. When there's a separation. When there's a separation, I think I need to count the 10th, but I don't want to get into that. I'm tired. I'm not prepared for it. Another thing I want to show you about the picnic table. Here's your picnic table because 716, 716. When you get to the 4th hour and 44th minute of the AM, there's going to be, before you reach 12 o'clock lunch, okay, is going to be 7 hours and 16 minutes. If you have this in the PM, where's the PM? This is going to be 16. Where's my 16? Because I redid it. 16:44. You're going to have 7 hours and 16 minutes before the 24th hour, or before the hour is 0. So irregardless, one will be 12 o'clock, one will be the other 12 o'clock. They're both 7 hours, 16 minutes away. We have 7 and 8 separation. Here we have 7 and 7 separation. The distance between the lunchtime and the midnight, 1 and 6 is 7, 7 and 7, 7 and 7. Now, if I end up going to 1916 plus 444 equals to midnight again. So now I'm going 716 because I use 716 as the difference. Now I need to use the other side of 716, and it shows me this. So this is where I get the division between day and night. And then the next hour, when the gateway separates, it's right over here. I think if I understand, everything works with 3 numbers, 3 numbers, 3 numbers, and 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, this side and that side, mirroring and completing. Anyways, Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Peace and love. Thank you for watching. It's going to end at 1:51:51. Great never is the best. I try harder. So it didn't end the stream, so I didn't end over there. That was one of my sayings. Great never is the best. I try harder. An argument is an uncompromised discussion. And there's a third one in there. I don't remember. But I'm coming out with another song. I'll leave it on my my page somewhere or in descriptions. Thank you for watching.